Hello to all of our ghouls, goblins, and ghosties. And if you don't know which one you are, then
you're a ghoul.
Welcome to the fourth day of Cytober?
Yes, the fourth day.
And we hope you've been enjoying the content we've released so far for Cytober. Some of them are weird, some of them are funny. All of them are mentally scarring. But that's not why we're here today, because today is, of course, the fourth day, but it's also our normal Saturday video. Meaning today we will be discussing how to clean hair out of your sink, obviously.
I don't think that's what we agreed upon.
What did we agree upon then?
I'm pretty sure our video was an analysis of I Know What You Did Last Summer and all the plot points that you find issue with.
I'm pretty sure that and cleaning sinks are like the same thing.
No.
Isn't I Know What You Did Last Summer the one where there's like a big wad of hair in the sink? They spend the entire thing trying to hook it and pull it out.
I don't know what you were watching, but no.
It was called I Know What You Did Last Summer. Or was it I Know What You Did Last Plumber?
I think I Know What You Did Last Plumber sounds like a more appropriate name for that.
But yes, we hope you're enjoying your Cytober, October, Halloween season. We hope you're watching plenty of good horror movies. We know we are. And today, as she said, we will be talking about the many plot holes and problems I find with I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And as you can see, I am dressed for the occasion of our videos. So I have my lovely Halloween 2 shirt, which says, "Here to crash the party." I've got my little pajamas and my little Michael Myers slippers, which the cats hate. They growled and their tails got all big last time that he wore them.
I'm dressed for the occasion too. Do you not see the scantily clad woman dressed in a bunny outfit? She's wearing a bunny costume, and she's scantily clad. What says horror like that?
I mean, that is true. They can barely afford to pay for costumes on females, apparently.
Okay, but let's jump in. Remind me, what the hell is I Know What You Did Last Summer? Because apparently I got it all wrong.
Okay, so it starts out with a view...
spoiler warnings might be in order. I'm going to go and put that out there.
Even though the movie's almost 20 years old, but yes.
Okay, just because it's 20 years old, what does that mean? Have you ever flipped a 20-year-old up, butter side, and then toasted them?
No.
Well, then, you have no room to talk. Thus, spoiler warning, so if you don't want to be spoiled on I Know What You Did Last Summer, the 1997 42 version, then go ahead and click one of our other videos, like the one from yesterday, or the one that's going to be coming out tomorrow. But if you don't mind spoilers on a 20-something-year-old, then stay tuned, watch, and remember to comment down below on how much you want to see her get slapped in the face.
No, but so basically it opens up with a view of a water and like coastal aerial view of a town, and then suddenly it pans into a guy that is sitting seemingly drunk on a cliff, and he's spinning a little like medallion thing with some sort of initials on it. And then from there it transitions into a...
So loud.
And then
you're yelling at people with the mic in front of you.
Okay, and so then it transitions into a 4th of July Croaker Queen contest that one of the soon-to-be main characters is part of.
Kroger? As in the store?
No, Croaker as in a frog. Which I don't know what that has to do with it, because I don't think it ever mentions the mascot being a frog, but...
Croaker. As in, you grab the woman by the neck and you croak her. That's a weird fetish.
So it's a Croaker Queen pageant, and then, that character wins the pageant, and then it opens up to a restaurant that seems to be on the beach, where they encounter a former high school acquaintance that seems to have a crush, unrequited of course, on the other main chick that seems to be in the movie, and then the jock of the group comes over and accosts him, and then from there it goes on to the beach where they're telling ghost stories. The two slip away to have some alone time, which is one of their first many mistakes that they make.
Okay, so we have a group of 4 together. I'll go ahead and summarize this to make it a little bit easier for the people at home. There's a group of 4 that have found their way together who are teenagers and are drinking on a beach.
Yes.
And then they all start stripping their clothes off and they run over a dude, right?
Basically, yes. In a drunken time, they run over a person, which at first they think is an animal, but then one of the main girls gets out to investigate and finds a boot. And so then she travels a little bit further and finds a body.
Okay, so why is the boot so far removed from the body?
It never explains. It also doesn't explain why the person flew over so weirdly, but at the same time, their car, I believe, is now behind where the person was found, even though the person flew back beyond Barry, hitting him on its way.
What the hell is a Barry?
Ryan Phillippe's character.
Okay, what's a Ryan Phillippe?
An actor that used to be married to Reese Witherspoon is not anymore, but he was very popular in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, you have to remember, the only ones I know from that movie, I'm pretty sure there was a Freddie Prinze Jr., and there was one of the triple name blondes that I found attractive.
Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yes, Sarah Michelle Gellar was the Croaker Queen.
Is that Buffy or Sabrina?
Buffy.
But both of those are the, triple name blondes that were attractive. And I was right about Freddie Prinze Jr., right?
Yes. So anyways, then after she finds the body, they have this brief discussion on whether or not they should turn it into the police, and it is quickly decided that no, in fact, they are not going to, because the car reeks of alcohol, and they could possibly get in trouble, i.e. college scholarships taken away and their whole lives ruined.
So they know this dude's dead. They've checked him. They've, felt up underneath his tongue, listened for breathing, kicked him in the dick, all the stuff you do to check if someone's dead.
No, I mean, I think Julie, went up kind of close to him and maybe checked his pulse, but there was nothing extensive. She was just like, yep, he's dead. And then, there.
They decided to dispose of the body. Let's speed it up. I know people are going to die. What's the deal with this dude? Does he come back as a ghost, as a pizza delivery man, as Patrick from SpongeBob?
Well, the next year, Julie gets a message that's very ominous. It's like, I know what you did last summer. So then her and the rest of the gang, not Scooby, but ironically 2 of the people were in the Scooby gang. But anyways, so they meet up and then decide that somebody must be messing with them. And it's probably the dude that Barry had the scuffle with that night on the beach front restaurant.
Okay. What about the dude they killed? It once again, ghost, human, duck.
Well, they don't really know anything about him other than that they think that their former high school classmate is terrorizing them because he drove by while they were just about to dispose of the body.
Okay, but do you know?
I know, yes.
Well, then enlighten me.
Well, I mean, it turns out he wasn't actually dead.
Okay, how is he not actually dead?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but he had just killed the dude himself, so I guess he decided that he was going to fake his death.
So they didn't hit him, he jumped in front of the car to fake his own death. So why is he killing them?
Well, it never says that he jumped in front of the car to fake his own death, and I mean, he's just killing them because basically he was upset that they didn't kill him.
Okay, but they throw him in a, pocket of water, right? Like a swimming pool in one of their backyards. Why doesn't he just let himself drown?
Well, no, they throw him in, the, ocean or whatever, and then he, sinks, takes Helen's crown with him. Barry has to jump back in. But regardless, he is very deeply upset that they didn't check to see if he was dead before throwing him in.
Okay, so he jumped in front of the car to fake his death, but got mad that the people that he faked the death for, he realizes an ambulance would have checked to see if he was dead, right? Apparently these idiots didn't. Also, so he wasn't injured at all, which leads to the whole he jumped in front of the car. Because if he was injured at all, he probably would have had a hard time, swimming back to shore. So it kind of He's like, he took no damage whatsoever in this. Like, stuntman style, hit, roll, punch Barry in the face, and go off.
It kind of just wants you to forget that it showed him all, like, bloody and seemingly having been ran over. But there was a lot of weirdness surrounding it, and obviously they didn't check to see if he was dead before throwing him in.
What was the blood from the person he had just murdered?
It never really says, but he definitely had just killed a dude.
Okay, so I still think his motive for killing them is he straight up, like, used them to fake his own death. Meaning he must have been counting on them not to call the cops or anything.
Well, it never really explains. It just says that just at the end, whenever he ends up pretending to be the savior, and then he's like, you should have made sure I was dead before you threw me in the water. And then they find out that he, in fact, was the fisherman that they thought was dead, but wasn't actually dead. So for the last year, basically their lives have all fallen into turmoil over a death that didn't actually happen.
Why is he called the fisherman? Was the dude actually a fisherman, or?
Yes, he was an actual fisherman, hence the boat that he takes Julie onto. But apparently his motive for having killed said dude was because the dude had the audacity to have accidentally committed manslaughter the year before and killed the dude's daughter, who he was engaged to at the time.
Okay, so that one at least makes more sense. He has maybe not the best motive, but a clear motive there. The ones that he actively jumped in front of their car to, and then let them believe he sank to the bottom as he swims back to shore, probably pointing and laughing at them as they're still on the dock. What the hell? There is no motive there.
I don't know. I don't think you're really supposed to understand what his motive is, other than that they tried to hide a death that wasn't actually a death, so somehow that made him mad.
I don't even think that'd be attempted vehicular manslaughter.
Well, I mean, and also, like, the stupidest part was that the dude who he himself had killed, his body washed ashore, like, well, actually got discovered by a shrimp boat like 3 weeks later, but they thought that he drowned because he was so sad that his girlfriend had died on the same road a year prior. So, like, absolutely no one was looking for this dude in the first place as a murderer, so.
Yeah, I still get the whole, why he faked his death and then decided to go after the people that he jumped in front of the car of. I don't get it. Is it because, like, when he punched Barry, he was hoping to kill Barry, and he didn't, so he was like, I'm coming back for you? But he was like, I can't take all four of you at once with my boot off because my boot gives me power. So,
I don't know. How do you explain how he flew over their car, but then their car is all the way back here, and his body is all the way up here?
No, easy. He did the whole stuntman dive.
I guess.
So what he did was he was waiting by the side looking for any sign of, like, a drunk driver. Like,
and then he saw Barry in his car, like, woo! I'm so drunk!
Yes, so then he jumped and rolled, punching Barry in the mouth as he goes. Falls off the back, quickly takes off his boot Eddie Guerrero style, drops it, and then rolls, as they go forward.
Noticing that he somehow ended up in front of their vehicle, even though he should have been behind their vehicle.
They were drunk.
Well, no, only Barry was drunk. Ray was perfectly sober. He was the one that was driving to accidentally hit the dude.
He wasn't absolutely sober. If he was absolutely sober, he would have been smart enough to see the dude's chest go.
Well, like I said, only Julie got close enough to, like, confirm the supposed death.
You don't have to get close to see breathing. Or, like, you said they carry him to a pier and throw him in, right? They don't, like, pull him on a tarp or, like, have him on an umbrella or a hammock.
Like, I think it was Helen and Ray and Barry were carrying his body on the pier because Julie refused to participate.
Okay, so they didn't have him on, like, a stick like you'd roast a pig or, like, carrying him on a tarp.
No, they were carrying him.
They had their hand on him where you could feel breathing. Well, you could feel a heartbeat.
I think two of them had their hands on his feet and one of them had their hands around his shoulder area.
Shoulder area?
Yes.
Wait, you can feel any twitch. Like, if dude just slightly twitches here, which if a bunch of people are pulling him over, he's gonna twitch.
I guess he was just really in for the con. He was playing the long game.
Are you sure he didn't, like, he saw the drunk driver quickly downed a dose of, like, jellyfish venom, jumped, hit, and was just hoping that the ambulance would arrive, say dead, and then he'd kill the ambulance drivers, disappear?
I don't even know that he really wanted an ambulance to be called. I think he just really was a murderer, so he wanted them to act as though, wanted them to believe he was dead, so then he could come and kill them for his fictional death at that point.
Okay, but what if they were like, oh no, we need to dispose of the body, and instead of going to a pier where he could swim back to, they're like,
Dexter on it?
They're like, oh, a wood chipper, we'll throw it in this hole.
Well, I mean, I guess he would have been dead then. So I guess he gets what he deserves for pretending to be dead.
Or if, like, Barry would have been like, oh, I know, let's stick this vodka bottle up his butt to make it seem like he was drunk, and let's put him over the edge with, like, a suicide note.
I don't know, but a lot was going on for sure.
Like, I feel like jumping in front of a drunk person's car to fake your own death, just so you can then be like, oh, you thought you killed me, so now I get to kill you.
When they didn't even know that he was guilty of a murder himself at that point, so there was really no point in doing it.
Like, he could have just went about his daily life. Well, because especially since he has a hidden son that didn't exist.
Well, because I guess he just counted on the fact that, like, one of them would hear that a body was discovered and, like, not do any type of, like, looking into it to see that, hey, actually, this doesn't look like the dude that we threw into the pier that day.
But, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. That's the worst laid plan of all time. It's like, I'm going to kill a person, and then I'm going to wait for a drunk driver to come through. I'm going to fake my death by jumping onto their car and hoping that they'll underage or about to, like, strike out on their license so they don't call anyone and decide to dispose of the body in a eco-friendly way that helps me to live. So then I can come back and kill them for disposing of the body that wasn't dead and wasn't their fault because I actively jumped in front of their car.
Yeah.
Like, are we sure the dude, like, just didn't take his medicine that day? Or, like, anymore? Like, maybe he lost his psycho meds?
I mean, I don't know. Like you mentioned, he also had apparently a secretive son that no one knew about. So, in the second one. So, I mean, who knows?
I think he hit Barry in the face and was like, yeah. And then he was looking over, and when Jennifer Love Hewitt, I think that's who it is, wasn't, like, touching him, wasn't touching his body, that's what made him decide he was going to kill them. Like, at first he was fine. He was like, yeah, they're doing what I wanted. Oh, this works out better for me. They didn't call anyone. Yep, all according to plan. Oh, wait, that girl's not touching me. I want her to touch me. Touch my body. Touch it, touch it. She's like, no. He's like, okay, you are dead now. Everyone touches his body. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that was his reason. There was not a clear reason for sure.
Or he just wanted to get one over on Buffy.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe, like, that's how the accidental manslaughter happened, is they were watching Buffy. And they had, like, their little fake stakes. Because they, you know, were pretending to be Buffy, the fiance and the dude he killed.
No,
and like, yeah! And he's like, oh.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to be a standard, like, car accident, but since she died and he walked away without a scratch, it was like, oh, yes, this evildoer has killed my relative, so I must now formulate a plan to kill him and then frame 4 teens for my murder.
But he didn't frame the 4 teens for his murder. If anything, wouldn't it have made more sense to frame the 4 teens for the other dude's murder? But everyone just thought that was a suicide, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, because he was just, like, he just dumped the body in the little ocean, so, I mean, no one was really looking for a murderer.
Challenged?
No one was looking for a murderer, so it really makes no sense, his reasoning.
I'll be sure he's not a mentally challenged killer.
He was supposed to be highly elusive and, like, super IQ, like, mental levels, it would seem.
But it's like, I walked out there while you were watching the other day, and, like, Barry's running after him.
Yes.
As he stole Barry's car.
Yes.
What would he have done if Barry just called the cops instead of running after him?
I mean, I guess jumped out of the car and just like left.
Well, that just screwed up his whole plan there.
I mean, I guess, but since no one really knew that he was dead, I mean, I'm not really sure what that would have done. He could have just been running around town the entire year.
That's the thing, right? He could have just went about his normal life. He could have just been eating at Chick-fil-A's. You think if Barry walks into the Chick-fil-A's and sees the dude they thought that he murdered, he's going to say anything? He's going to be like, oh, that dude's alive. Hasn't said anything. I'm fine. What, Barry ain't going to say anything?
I mean, you would think, but...
That's if Barry even knows what the hell the dude looked like. He was drunk, apparently.
Well, he was drunk, plus the dude's face was, I think, supposed to be, like, unrecognizable for some reason. I don't know.
Okay, so the dude had like a werewolf Halloween mask on.
Well, no, I mean, it just showed him in his little, like, fisherman slicker type thing, and then alluded to the fact that he looked like he'd been ran over.
Yeah, that movie's stupid. But hey, it has Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, I think she said Ricky Prince and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Ryan Phillippe.
Well, I was close. I had RP as the initials there. Ricky Prince.
Shush.
I can't remember the dude's name you just said.
Ryan Phillippe?
Yeah, that one. Same thing as Ricky Prince. Is there actually someone named Ricky Prince?
I mean, on the planet somewhere? Yeah, probably, but not anybody that I know of specifically.
I think you should try harder then. You have anything else to add before we wrap this one up and end our 4th day of Cytober?
Not really. I mean, I think we discussed the lack of motive and the weird things that happened. Well, we didn't discuss how Helen died, and arguably one of the most upsetting deaths on screen ever.
Isn't she the one who just dies right next to the band? And apparently the band, since they didn't get none from her, were just fine with letting it go.
Well, I mean, I don't think that was the band's motive. They just simply didn't see it, even though he was somehow in a, like, he was hiding in between some tires.
I guarantee you, those band members, with the movement in the peripheral, they saw it. They were apparently just mad that she didn't hook up with them. I think every single one of those band members should be tried.
I mean, maybe their sister had been screwed out of the Croaker Queen title or something. You never know.
That should still be tried. Or she should come back as Ghost Fisherman and kill every band. Now that would be an entertaining show.
Well, no, but I did hear that she does make an appearance of some sort in the new, like, requel reboot thing, so.
The hell is a requel?
It's whenever you want to make a sequel to the original thing, but at the same time, you don't want to actually revisit the events of the thing. So you kind of just, like, put them in the background, use a new group of people, and it's like, oh, yeah, so this happened, like, 25 years ago, and this is what happened now.
That's just called a sequel.
Not in today's society. They call it a requel.
Nothing about that is special. That's just a sequel. A sequel doesn't have to have the same people from the first one.
Well, no, but they kind of pulled a Scream 5 with it, so.
I don't even know what the hell that means. They ruined a franchise?
Well, Scream 5 was what, like, really got people talking about what a requel was.
Wasn't it just someone in a Ghostface mask killing people? Just a sequel to the Ghostface thing?
No, somehow because it involved Sydney and, like, Dewey and stuff like that. It was like a soft reboot.
So none of the stuff that happened to them happened?
Oh, no, it absolutely did happen.
So it's not a reboot then? So if all that stuff's supposed to happen, that means it's not even like a jump in the timeline parallel universe like Michael Myers does over and over again.
No.
This is just straight up a sequel then.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, you frame it as though it's a reboot, whilst also cashing in those coins from the nostalgia of the original thing.
How the hell is it a reboot, though? It's just a sequel.
Well, I mean, it had two new people, Peel. It was about the one girl and her sister, so that's what the reboot part was.
Is that a reboot? Hell, all Ghostface has ever been about is some weird dude dressing up in a mask being manipulated by some other weird dude and then killing people.
I don't know. All I know is that's what really originated the requel terminology.
Because you could have had all the Scream movies with or without Sidney, because of the plot points are just some random dude manipulating another dude. Originally, it was Billy manipulating Stu, and then it was Grandmama manipulating crazy
Mickey, film student.
Crazy Mickey, and then it was Roman manipulating Roman and saying he manipulated Billy and Stu because they had some weird lovers triangle going on there.
I don't know about all that.
Yes, no, it's canon. Check it out.
I don't want to.
It is. Apparently, like, Roman was in the middle with Billy and Stu. Like, I think they call it Eiffel Towering him.
I don't want to think about that.
So, on that note, you have anything else to add?
No, I do not, other than do not look up what an Eiffel Tower is, apparently.
I'm pretty sure it's a landmark in Paris, France.
Well, yeah, but otherwise, don't.
Why? You can build one out of pomme de terre. Or, I think it's pomme de frites for fries.
Mm.
I know pomme de terre is potato. I think frites is how you do it fries. Like I said, I don't know much of French. But I hope you guys enjoyed this look at
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And we hope you guys will join us tomorrow for Cytober Day 5. And the day after for Cytober Day 6. And, Cytober Day 7, 8, 9, all the way to 31. And remember what you're supposed to do. Whatever day of Cytober it is, you're supposed to show it to that many friends, who then have to show it to that many friends, like a chain letter. Otherwise, you'll be cursed to see my face when you wake up in the morning, or when you go to bed at night, or when you open your eyes, or when you blink. I know, I'd be scared too. There's a reason I don't have mirrors in my room. I used to, but every time I'd wake up, I'd punch the mirror and glass would, shatter all over me. Because it'd be like, yeah, I know. It's rough. But if you don't want that to happen to you, you need to make sure to show this video to everyone you can. Also, if you want to comment, remember one of us will remark. Let us know what you thought of I Know What You Did Last
Summer.
Plumber. And, let us know what you're watching for Halloween. We're on Friday the 13th, part 2 tonight. But yeah, let us know what you watched so far, what you have planned to watch. And I saw a cat tail. Which cat?
Houdini.
You looked. That's cheating.
No, I felt his little tail.
No, I saw your eyes. Your eyes went.
No, they did not.
I watched your eyes dart. The camera will back me up.
Always dart.
The camera backs me up that you looked at the cat.
My eyes always dart.
You cheated. But anyways, to all ghouls, ghosts, goblins, we hope you are enjoying Cytober, and we hope you are enjoying your October. We have a lot of fun ideas left. If you like the skits that we did the prior 2 days, then you're going to like a lot of what we have coming up. Once again, she will appear in at least 10 videos, and I believe you're only up to 2?
Well, technically I appeared in the wig.
No, that was called a thumbnail. That's not the video.
Okay.
So that doesn't count.
Okay, yes.
So you've only appeared in 2 so far.
Okay.
So she still has 8 she has to appear in. Which, I think there's 3 Saturdays in there, so you at least have that going.
True.
But she will appear in some. So you guys have a great one. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. And yeah, just enjoy your October. The weather's starting to cool down some. The trees look beautiful. There's serial killers all around. It's, an autumn wonderland.
Maybe to you.
Come on, who hasn't walked down the street and saw, a Michael and a Jason staring at them doing, the head bob?
Hopefully everyone.
And the person sees it and they're like, oh yeah. Look at that, Michael and Jason coming for me tonight.
That sounds like a very strange person.
Oh, they're getting it on. You guys have a great one.
Have a nice day.
Happy Cytober.
Happy Cytober.